Chapter 4. The Serpent of Metal. Enmity has existed between the woman and the serpent since the departure of Eden. The serpent beguiled or beguiled Eve, and from that moment the conflict began. Jehovah said unto the serpent, Because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle, and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shalt thou go, and dust shalt thou eat all of the days of thy life. And I will put enmity between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy hand, and thou shalt bruise his heel. Genesis 3, lines 14 to 15. The world filled with tears when the serpent was cursed. The woman bruised the serpent's head, and the serpent took revenge by bruising her heel. Thus we cry when we are born, and we cry when we die. Moses rose the serpent of metal upon the staff in the wilderness. This serpent became the same staff. The struggle is terrible. Brain against sex, sex against brain, and heart against heart. We must tame and raise the serpent of metal upon the staff as Moses did in the wilderness. We must descend into the ninth sphere, the sex, in order to work with the fire and the water, which are the origin of worlds, and beasts, human beings, and gods. Every authentic white initiation begins here. The key of all power is found in the union of the phallus and the uterus. Raise well your cup and be careful not to spill even a single drop of the sacred wine. And that spill, again, as we've explained in previous chapters and books, is included in the spasms of the orgasm, the female orgasm as well, right? Not just the semen or any kind of sexual fluid. As in all the sexual fluids, there is prana in that too, the energy. Kill desire. Kill even the shadow of desire. There is the need to celebrate the marriage of Cana and to transmute the water into wine. When chaste, the human being can raise the igneous serpent of magical powers through the central canal of the spinal medulla. This Pentecostal fire has the power to open the seven churches. The advent of the sacred fire of Pentecost takes place when the solar atoms make contact with the lunar atoms in the coccygeal bone, near the triveni. Then the igneous serpent rises from the bottom of the sacred ark. This ark of the covenant is the sexual organs. The ark shone like terribly divine lightning when in the sanctum sanctorum of the Temple of Solomon, two cherubims or cherubims, whose wings were touching each other, were placed at the sides of the ark, one to the right and the other to the left. These very sacred cherubims were in the attitude of the man and the woman during the act of copulation. Within the ark were found the staff of Aaron, or Aaron, symbol of the phallus, the cup or omer, which contained the manna of the desert, symbol of the uterus, and the tablets of the law, without which the developing of the terrific serpent of metal is impossible. The name of this divine serpent is Kundalini. Devi Kundalini only awakens with the ineffable enchantments of love. What is important is not to waste the sacred wine. Only willpower can save us while in the chamber of wine. The Kundalini rises very slowly through the medullary canal. The seven churches are in the medullary canal. The Kundalini opens the seven churches. The precious, immaculate, and divine light that is irradiated by angels has its origin in the candlestick of their spinal medulla. The spinal medulla is the sacred candlestick of the temple. The candlestick of pure massive gold of the temple of Solomon had 7 branches. This candlestick is the spinal medulla with its 7 churches. The 2 olive trees of the temple, the 2 anointed ones, are situated on either side of the candlestick. The water and the fire of the 9th sphere rise through these 2 sympathetic canals, Ida and Pingala, towards the chalice, the brain, when we work with the arcanum AZF. The saintly martyr Miguel de Molinos said, "The subtlest arrow that nature throws us induces us to perform illicit acts of fornication with the pretext that they are beneficial and necessary. Oh, how many souls have been coerced and have lost the spirit because of this golden snare. They will never taste from the silent manna." This is from Quod nemo noset nist qui accipit. I think, whatever this italics title, I guess, is. If you do not defeat the animal ego with perfection by dying within yourself, then you are the one who does not attempt to die in his passions or her passions and is not well disposed for receiving the power of understanding. Without this infusion, it is impossible for the introversion to occur and for the spirit to be altered. Thus, this is how those who are outside live without him. Resign and deny yourself everything. However, the real denying is difficult in the beginning, easier in the middle, and very placid in the end. You will know that you are very far from perfection if you do not find God within everything. You will know that pure, perfect, and essential love consists of the cross, in voluntary denying and resignation in perfect humbleness, poverty of the spirit, and abhorrence of yourself. It is important to enter and remain in the innermost part of your center, while in times of strong temptation, despair, and desolation, in order to see and contemplate only God, who has his throne and quietude in the depth of your soul. You will discover that impatience and bitterness of the heart are born from the bottom of the sensitive, empty, and less mortified love. When the soul is profoundly humble and is truly mortifying and despising herself, then she knows true love and its effects. If you wish to ignite your candlestick of 7 branches, remember this is achieved through the path of the razor's edge. This path is filled with dangers inside and outside.